Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the Tinker Day. Trying to fix a mistake I made yesterday. Yesterday I talked about these ground wires that I almost forgot to hook up here. Actually, I did forget to hook them up, started the car. Well, Gilbert was driving it yesterday and it overheated a little bit. And it was because the fan didn't cut on. When I was testing it out yesterday, I think I mentioned that I didn't hear the fan cut on. And it wasn't cutting on, I think because I forgot to hook up that ground wire down there behind the dipstick. It's hooked up now because I did it last night at the grocery store. But I'm not sure if that's the right ground wire or not because the fan's still not cutting on. And I burned myself, knocked some skin off my finger, so that was a horrible experience. I don't know if it's tight enough to make the fan to work, but I'm going to unplug this, take that bolt back out of there, and see if that's actually the ground wire for this fan. Because I don't know where this ground wire goes. Looks like it goes in this harness over here. Yeah. So for some reason, this fan is not working, and I'm not sure why. Because that is not the ground to this fan. I don't think. That harness goes over there in this loom. Anyway, did I get the ground wire over on that side over there? Yeah, I got that one there. That one is on. But for some reason, this fan is not working. I actually have the Volvo tester. So I'm going to see if I can activate it with the tester. Swap the relay out, couldn't get it to work. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can figure out why this fan's not coming on. I did verify that ground wire on the front of that block does come up here to this fan. I disconnected it, checked it with an ohm meter, it does. So that appears to be the ground wire for the fan. So I'm going to take my VSD inside, see if I can activate the fan on this 98 S70. I chose S70, I chose electrical diagnostic test. See if there's anything about the fan up here. I don't see nothing there. Diagnostic test. Activation. Gauge test. Hey, tested the gauges. How about that? I guess I'll go back out and try engine. Let me see down here. See if anything's under body. engine fan. I don't think... Activation. Activation diagnostics. Engine fan, low speed. Oh, it came on. All right. Engine fan, high speed. All right. Fan works. So that was in Diagnostics, engine, Montronic 4.4. Fire this thing up, let it heat up, see if the fan cuts on. Battery seemed a little low when I started driving, and it was only giving like a 13.1, 13.2 charge. We're going to see if this fan kicks on when this thing heats up to 216. Should cut on, should cut off at 206. It went up to 204. Now it came all the way down to 191. Let's see if this thing goes up to the 200 range. If not, I'm gonna have to drive it around. I can't get it to heat up over 205, so I'm gonna have to drive it somewhere. Drove it around a little bit, got it to come over 200, so I'm sitting here at 207, hoping it climbs. There we are at 216. The fan kicked on low, and that should start coming down now, and it'll kick off at 206. Pretty quiet fan. And it kicked off. 206. Alright. And we was able to remove the cap, so it does not have a blown head. Deal with this charging issue real quick. We cut the end of that connector off. Gilbert's hauled it away. That's the plastic that was on there. You can see the back end of it. One end of it looks dark, like it was burning. So we're getting ready to put this connector on there and go from there. That's that. We need a receiver for that screw there, and we need a clip for this fan shroud. So let's make a salvage arc run and then get down to the Henderson area. Replace the end of that battery thing. Now it's at 13.8 to 14. That may not be a bad thing to do if you still have a Volvo battery cable end on there. Just replace the cable or replace the end like I just did here. I'm going to check the PCV system. I'm going to disconnect that top hose on that banjo bolt. Yeah, I got it. Blow through it. See if that clears up the PCV system. If not, we're going to pull the manifold and replace it. Had that PCV system that was clogged or given a negative test result, so I pulled that line off, blew that out, and that cleared it up. Now we're doing the timing belt, so I pulled the harmonic balancer, got the timing belt loose, getting ready to pull the cover off. We're going to do the plugs too and do this timing belt. Belt's just barely starting to crack with 10 years on it, so that's my limit, 10 years. Let me go ahead and get this water pump off and start putting this thing back together. But we're going to do the plugs here. We're going to do the seal under this oil cap here. We're going to wipe up all these oil in here when we get those coils up. Somebody numbered them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe when they did the plugs last. And change whatever coolant hoses we can, and we're going to get that firewall junction as well. Water pump came off with all of the gasket. So all I got to do is brush it up a little bit. Now this water pump was hot. Just got to brush the surface a little bit. Put the next one on. Just dropped my light. It almost went inside the gosh dang coolant thing too, but it missed it. And that's the timing mark there on this thing. You see the two notches in that crank pulley lined up with the oil pump nipple. New water pump, the date on it 2021, the 3rd month going on. Got the water pump on and torqued down, got the idler on and torqued down. I'm gonna go ahead and do the thermostat right now. This nice thing is the fuel rail is not in the way of this thermostat. And then I'll slip the belt on there, put the tensioner in, set the timing back, because this exhaust cam moves whenever you slip the belt off. The crank is still on, which is the most important thing. And let me get this thermostat replaced. And there it is, folks, the notorious broken Volvo thermostat. And somebody put it in wrong. See if we see a date on it. It actually looks like original. Is that 0799? Yep, original thermostat. INA tensioner with the arrow pointing counterclockwise. That's how this one has to be tensioned. And it's getting dark. I don't even know what time it is. I need to check the time. This is together. Spark plugs replaced. Supposed to be doing an oil change. Got the PCV. I call it repaired. I think I'm going to change the oil in a couple of these filters and call this a night. I don't think I'm going to do the heater hoses in the firewall junction tonight. It's just kind of too late. So let me go ahead and do the air filter, cabin air filter, oil change, and wrap this up. Sebastian's favorite cabin air filter, not bad. And it's running, tracking straight. No evidence of any leaks at the water pump. Serpentine belts tracking good. See what kind of ETM this thing has on there. A Volvo ETM. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.